Travis Decker, the 32-year-old Washington veteran, accused of unaliving his 3 children, Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia, during a court-appointed visitation. They have been searching in the parks for over a week now. Now they have opened up the parks. What all does that mean?
Big rain, come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shine brighter than the sun. Hit the light and share the vibe. Crush those pearls, let's take the ride. Helen's here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. Spreading truth is what we do. So hit subscribe and join the crew. With every search we pave the way. Together we will save the day. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Helen's here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear. With every laugh we lift our hearts. In the search we all take part. Thank you all for standing strong. Together we belong. Hit the light and share the vibe. Clutch those pearls, let's take the ride. Helen's here and spread the cheer. Members make the truth so clear.
The pearls were bound together through the storm and darkest weather. We search high, we search low, together everywhere we go. Justin's here and he's going live with the best fans by my side. We're a family, we hold strong. Together we can right the wrong. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one.
Thank you,
in this
Nisi.
community.
Thank you, my love. Appreciate you very much. There you go.
Daily grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care. We clutch them pearls, we shine like stars. Searching wide, spreading love afar. Every stream, every heartfelt plea. We are one in this community. In the night or in the day, pearls will light and lead the way. Justin's heart and they'll grind, but we're not stopping. Pearls around the world just popping. With each view and every share, we send hope and show we care.
Click play and come along with me. Together with the truth you see. Got our pearls and our laughter too. The search for facts is always new. In this place we keep it real. Classy vibes and joyful zeal. Join the journey, it's just begun. We shall. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only a day. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. Young blood made of gold. A mind you can't control. Running wild, can't come down. My head is in the clouds. Gotta keep this feeling, keep on breathing, even if we're slipping away. So I close my eyes and lose myself now. Do it like it's only today. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. We got a party for a lifetime. No, we ain't stopping for the sunrise. No, we don't care about the bad nights. And for a second I can feel like this. Make me feel like this. I'm on my last straw. I'm broken and I'm woken up. I'm done feeding your lies. I've had enough. I can't run your place in this faulty game. And all the words you speak Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Ask me how we got here, 'cause you don't know how. You say we're taking on water, yeah, we're sinking now. You're looking all concerned, like we're gonna drown. But we both know how to swim, no worries, let's go for now. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. I drag you out your mind. And there are days I hate you, but baby, you're still mine. And then we have the best times, no matter what we do. And even when we don't, there's nobody I'd rather choose. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me. Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever you're with me.
Well, hello, my beautiful pearls. Thank you all so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is June 8th, 2025. It is currently 7:51 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Good to see you, PGH. Welcome. If you're new here, thank you so much. Welcome, my friend. Guys, do me a favor, just like I was telling PGH. Welcome. If you're new, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. I'm 5 hours behind Emma Uber. Wow. Today we're talking about Travis Decker, the 32-year-old father who is out of Washington State, who sadly, very, very sadly, unalived his three beautiful daughters. Very, very sad. Paityn was 9 years old, Evelyn 8, and Olivia only 5 years old during a court approved visitation in Washington State. Their bodies were sadly discovered June 2nd, 2025, abandoned near the Rock Island campground in Chelan County. They had plastic bags over their head, zip ties on their wrist, and showed signs of asphyxiation. I'll show you a picture of these. Here is Travis Decker, the all out manhunt that authorities and even the National Guard is now in play, and they have been searching. This is the three beautiful lives taken way, way terribly too soon. Travis left his GMC Sierra truck, windows rolled up, and his dog inside, alive and abandoned, while his three daughters had plastic bags over their head, their wrist zipped with zip ties over a hill. Travis is on the run. Authorities believed he planned this, possibly fleeing toward Canada via the Pacific Crest Trail. There's been over 100 to 150 officers, including the last couple days. The governor did a state of emergency and called in the National Guard. So the question remains, it does seem like this could have been planned. How long in advance? No idea. There is reports that it has been months in advance, but we'll get into all of that before long. So if you guys don't mind, please share this live out. I guarantee you, if you share it out on your news feed, there will be someone that doesn't know about this story. Just click that link and drop it in your social media. I would be very, very grateful of that. Also, please become a member of the Pearl family. We would love to have you. You get exclusive content in our members only, exclusive lives, and all of that. And it's a great way to help out the channel. I'm independent. I don't have all of these, the bells and whistles that mainstream media who lies to you does. But nonetheless, if you would do that, I would be very, very grateful. Also, for the replay members, comment down below. Would love to hear your intake, your on this. It's a really troubling, very troubling situation, to say the very least. I want to thank DC. Thank you so much, my friend, for renewing your membership, my love. Really do appreciate you. Good to see you. Yes, 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 Daily. I've got to get that. I promise you. I've got to get it. They do, Lil Red. Mainstream media. You know how like the mainstream media, did you ever see that where like it was all around the United States, they all said the same thing on the same day? It's like it's just so yeah, I can't with them. Anyway, the dog was found in the truck, not in the campground or near the yeah. That's what I said. The dog was in the truck. The girls was outside, unfortunately, over the hill with a bag. It's unbelievable. It really is. Really is. Thank you so much, Eileen, for sharing the live. Really do appreciate you. The dog was alive when it was found. According to Whitney, the children's mother and Travis's ex, she said the only two, things that Travis valued enough was the dogs and his kids. Now, she is claiming that he was sick in his head. You did sorry, I was reading something. That he was sick in his head and this is PTSD, and she said it's not the court's fault, it's not anyone's fault other than the VAs making it very hard for veterans who come back to get the resources that they need, particularly homeless veterans, right? Particularly homeless veterans. We and that's a discussion that's clearly going to be opened up later, and it should be opened up. Also, the Amber Alert discussion needs to be opened up as well, because I don't think that it would have necessarily found the kids or have stopped this. But what I do think it would have done is been really good in helping maybe track down Travis sooner, right? I personally agree, Uber. I personally agree, but I'm just telling you what mom says, So I agree. To me, whether it is PTSD or it's mental illness or whatever, regardless, it's done, and regardless, there's a price that has to be paid, and that is if Travis is alive, he has to pay for this as much as he can in this life, at least. So I agree with you with that. And to me, if this is something that has been planned for, if he went there knowing that he was going to unalive his three beautiful children, right? His three precious children that can never, ever, ever, ever be returned. That is the thing about death. You cannot come back. You can't come back, right? And for your father to do this is unspeakable. So clearly he had zip straps. He had bags of, there was bags according to the what was it, the probable cause affidavit, that was kind of strewn around the camp area. And there clearly had to be, in my opinion, a plan in place, right? Also, we are now learning that days before, even possibly weeks before, Travis did this. He was searching jobs in Canada, how to become a Canadian citizen, those things. So it tells me, in my opinion, that there was planning. Was he? This is the thing. I feel like he was mad at the world. I think he was mad after the divorce. Whitney's father, Travis's former father in law, says Travis never wanted the responsibilities of kids. He never wanted that. He loved his kids and all that, but he wasn't good at responsibility, right? And so I don't get this. I really don't. It's one of those things. Uh Newsflash. Uh yeah, exactly. Newsflash, you can relocate to Canada without slaughtering your children. Bingo, girlfriend. Bingo, exactly. Raymond, thank you so very much, my friend, for joining us. Really do appreciate that. Good to see you. Appreciate that, Raymond. Thank you so much, my friend. If you received that membership, make sure you thank our beloved Raymond for gifting you that. Make sure you join our members only and exclusive videos that we have. Um, what is that? Like a family and nation? Yes. Yep. Yep. That's exactly right. So why Rock Island Campground? He was clearly staying there. So Travis went from place to place. He would go to, was it the Armory? He would go from hotels to motels. He would stay in his truck, and he clearly stayed at campgrounds quite often. But this campground where the girls were found, his truck was found, his wallet and money were all found in this area. I don't believe this was a random location. Investigators believe Travis chose Rock Island Campground due to a number of reasons, and one is it's extraordinarily remote. Rugged woods near the Cascade Mountains offer deep cover. Proximity to escape routes, right? It's near the Pacific Crest Trail, a known route for border crossings. And he's very familiar with this area. He had just camped there as well, possibly scoping and sighting. He could have, put things in the area to make his escape route better, easier, right? We don't know if he's alive or otherwise. I think he's alive. I do. I do think he's alive. He could have, he could be unalive at this point, right? He could be unalive at this point, but he has a lot of training in survival skills in the woods. He has been out in the woods for fun for 2.5 months, with the survivalist training. So this is nothing to him. He was already homeless, right? He camped out all the time, especially when the weather permitted it, right? So this is nothing to him. This is just unlike a lot of people. Like if that was me, um, I would have been dead by now. Clearly dead by now. I would probably rather be dead by now than I couldn't stay out in that stuff for like this. I don't know why people camp with tents, to be quite honest with you. I mean, why do you want to go spend $500 on a tent and everything you need to live like you have nothing? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So that's just me though. That's just me. All right. Um, Also you can look at it this way. Uh, the symbolic of this as well. What are campgrounds? Right? They're family spaces. They're family spaces. It could have been something like that as well. the symbolic space. This is where families go, to disconnect off of all of the things that distract us today. So there's that as well. But he clearly picked this for a reason. We're going to get into about how far it is from Whitney's home and where the kids lived 90% of the time, 95% of the time. They had every other weekend with their father. I also think there needs to be a clear conversation about how the custody goes with someone who suffers from mental health issues, number one, and why they gave him unsupervised visitation. According to Whitney's father, in an interview that we were reading the other day during a live, this was his first time he had unsupervised visitation with the kids. And now they're dead. And now they're dead. That something, yes, Lakeside, first time, according to the father, according to Whitney's father, unsupervised visitation with the kids. Yep. That's what the article said. So there's that. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. Also, he clearly wanted the kids to be found, Travis, because he wouldn't have left them the way he left them otherwise, right? He left the truck in public view with his dog still inside. That could have also been a sick symbolic act as well. Dogs, they kind of represent loyalty and innocence as well as kids, right? Like, kids love their parents no matter who they are, right? They love their parents, whether they're not even, even if they're not good parents, they love them. And a dog is the same way. We call them man's best friends for a reason, right? So that's where he left his 2017 GMC Sierra, left behind with the dog still alive, bloody handprints on the back of the truck, and his kids left over the hill. Now, do you guys think it was a symbolic area? He clearly had to have at least planned this area, in my opinion, to say the very least. He was supposed to return the kids back at 8 p.m. By 9:30 that evening, Whitney was either on the phone or she went down to the police precinct. She was worried. She was worried. They didn't find their bodies till a couple days later. Right? Now, it's a very remote site deep inside Chelan County forest, with heavy cover, ideal for concealed activity. It's adjacent to the Pacific Crest Trail, creating a direct map to Canada, which is possibly a pre-planned escape route. Notably, Travis camped there on May 29th, suggesting that it was a reconnaissance or site familiarity. Hiding bodies downhill reflects either emotional disorientation or intention to delay discovery, and leave the dog intact adds a chilling symbol of deliberate abandonment, which is extremely, extremely sick, right? Very sick. Only 32-year-old himself. Um, Days before the tragedy, he conducted Google searches like, quote, how to move to Canada and, quote, jobs in Canada, end quote, and explored Canadian immigration sites, indicating premeditation. Court documents reveal that he was ordered to undergo mental health treatment, including anger management, but apparently did not follow through. Now, they can give you all the resources known to man, but you have to do them as well. Sound like, which is very common in certain mental illnesses, that he had a hard time with sticking with things and being responsible human being. So jobs in Canada as well. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was doing different jobs in construction as well. What I do find interesting in this case is that he had two accidents, vehicle accidents, within a couple weeks apart in May. And one was just a few days before it happened. And the other one was like a week or two before that. And so we got some fines, some tickets of some sort. And he also was recently ordered, or he had his wages garnished for back child support. Right. So I kind of just get the feeling like he, sometimes when you have mental illness and things start piling up on you, it just a downwards spiral after that, right? Um he may have thought he didn't need help. Absolutely. Absolutely. So he'll need to if he is addicted to alcohol or any substances, yeah, he would need to fuel those for sure, for sure. Whitney retained sole custody after their September 2024 divorce. Travis was limited to supervised visitations, no overnight stays due to the homelessness. But then there was became no no supervised. Um Again, they declined the Amber Alert as well. There's a $20,000, it may have even increased since then, on Travis being, if you know where he is, that leads to his arrest or he's apprehended or anything else as well. All right, so we're going to get to some stuff here, guys. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Welcome in if you're just joining us. We are talking about Travis Decker, the 32-year-old father, also was in the military at some point, who unalived his three darling children in Washington State. Very, very one of it's been a while since I've heard one like this. It still gives me the Chris Watts, Doberman kind of things. One second. Sorry about that. I apologize. If he had supervised visits, how did he? This was his first unsupervised visit, according to Whitney's father in the Seattle something. I don't know if it was a newspaper or magazine. So there's that as well. So yeah, do me a favor, y'all. Hit that thumbs up button. Share this out. Would be very much appreciated. Become a member of the Pearl family. We would love to have you. Always wanting to grow our family as well. All right, here we go. I had to kind of change this up a little bit and play a little music behind it. Otherwise, I don't want to get knocked down again. So here we go. I want you to look at this.
Searched the surrounding area and they found the three-Decker children dead. Travis Decker was nowhere to be found, and police have been searching the area for him since. Sebastian Robertson picks up the story after police found the three sisters dead.
Travis Decker, a military veteran with extensive training, last seen in the Wenatchee National Forest. Prosecutors have charged Decker with the kidnapping and murder of his three young daughters, Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia.
That is definitely an individual that needs to be caught and dealt with according to the law.
The communities of Leavenworth and Wenatchee asked to stay on high alert as the FBI, Border Patrol, Homeland Security, and Sheriff's Office investigate.
Yeah, I have to. There's certain ones that I really have to like put an overlay over and put logos and stuff to transfer it. Otherwise, they can shut my live off, or they can take my 3 cents that I make off my monetization when it comes to the ad revenue. That's right. I got to do what I got to do.
Comb the area near the Rock Island campground.
It's hard to imagine why somebody would do that. If it's his children and stuff, you know, it's a horrible, vengeful act if that's the case. He was taking it out on innocent kids.
The girls were reported missing out of Wenatchee after their father failed to return them on time from a scheduled visitation. Their mother told police this was the first time Decker had been late with the kids.
Yep.
Court documents obtained by King 5 from the Chelan County Superior Court show the Deckers had fought over the custody of their three children. The girls' mother said Decker was homeless and had been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. But records show no one was concerned about violence.
Yeah, Whitney does have protection. Trust me, she is very well protected right now. I mean, I just admire the compassion that she has for Travis, because I couldn't.
Look forward to spending time with their dad. Tonight, three sisters are dead. Their father charged in their killings.
They don't have good information that he may be somewhere.
Okay, so this guy right here, he is, I think he's a former sheriff and analysis.
I don't think anything changes. They've really ramped this search up to include a whole lot of assets, local, state, federal assets, to try to find this guy. And I suspect they will keep doing this. You got to remember, this is a case that has so much emotion in it.
I got new photos
of the nature
I'm going to show you guys.
I don't think anybody wants to stop. None of those officers, federal or state or local, want to stop searching till they catch this suspect.
You mentioned the emotion tied to this case. How does law enforcement sustain a search like this for several days?
Basically, they're running on adrenaline and coffee is really what it boils down to, because it's a 24-hour-a-day operation, and they're just not going to quit. You know, they want to catch this guy, period.
Tell us what kind of resources the Chelan County Sheriff's Department has available to them at this point.
Well, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office is relatively small. Chelan County is 81,000 people, so it doesn't have a large county sheriff's office, and you've got Wenatchee, which is a relatively small city. But what they've done is they've called on resources really from all over the country. Border Patrol, the State Patrol, the FBI, everybody is there looking for this guy. They've got federal helicopters, they've got the State Patrol fixed wing aircraft that's circling the area. They're doing everything they possibly can. And I want to talk about another case that I think is really instructive. About, well, exactly 2 weeks ago, there was a police chief in Arkansas or Alabama that was convicted of murder, walked out of prison, and off he went. We've all seen that. He was caught today, 1.5 miles from the prison, 2 weeks.
So, yes, and he makes a great point here, right? This former, I don't know if it was sheriff or deputy in Arkansas that busted out of jail after 2 weeks' time, he was found only a mile from where he last was. So Travis could be very, very close. I don't know, like, what he was, if he planned to run, or did he go out in the woods and then do something to himself? Is he running toward the Canadian border? Is he running north, east, south, or west? But they've opened up the parks back. So that makes me really wonder, are they going to find him? If he's dead, are we going to wait until maybe someone's out there? I mean, did he take off in a different vehicle? A bike? An ATV? I don't know. It's crazy.
So that tells me this guy, could be still in the area. And he has a lot more survival skills than this former police chief does. So we really don't know. But at this point, we've got to stay where we are.
I want to follow up on that here in a moment, but there is some speculation that he was searching on the web. We got information that he was looking at how to move to Canada in recent days. So does that change things for law enforcement at all? As you mentioned, he could be right there, just tucked away in the wilderness, but could he also be making a move across the border, and how does that play in? Sure. He could be on that Pacific Crest Trail that runs right up into Canada. Yeah. But there are border people on both sides of the border there. That seems like a long shot to me that he would be able to make it to Canada, especially apparently without a car, as far as we know. I know they'll be looking at stolen cars in the area if there are any. I think that's kind of a long shot. Okay. Maybe his plan was to drive the girls up into Canada, and obviously that changed. We just don't know, but they'll take that into consideration, and they'll let the Canadian authorities know about this. Yeah, a lot we don't know. Well, it's one thing for you or me to go up into the woods and try to survive for any period of time, and probably wouldn't last very long. No. If he's got experience, if he's been in the woods before, depending on how long he planned this, he could have stashed food and other survival gear up there. Again, this is all supposition. We just don't know. What we have to do is work on what they have, which is that general area, and either expand it or contract it as they continue. And I'm surprised they haven't caught him by now or found his body. So we'll see. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they haven't found him either. I mean, if he was alive, you would think that they would have found him by now as well. But with all, like he was explaining there, all the technology that there is out there, you would think that they would have certainly found him, but they haven't. Still, we're 8 days, 9 days in now? And still nothing. Still nothing. Hold on, what is this? I think there's a new thing out here. All right, so there is a couple new photos out of Decker. and I wanted to show you those. It's very interesting. Here is kind of like a profile, a side profile, if you will, of Travis Decker. And he's not a tall guy. He's 5'8". He's muscular. He looks way different without his beardy goatee thing. It's kind of scraggly. By the way, Jen is late. Oh my God. Jennifer, to the office, please. You're being paged. Jennifer, to the office, please. You're being paged. We need a late slip for Jennifer. Good to see you, love. He used to be a good-looking guy. Yeah. Do we know what was wrong with him, Justin? Sounds like he was spiraling out of control. I guess. Didn't YouTubers find a weak body later in another case? That was Gabby Petito. I have an excuse. Yeah. Panda came in late too. Oh my God. Y'all ladies. Panda, to the office, please. You're being paged. Panda, to the office, please. You're being paged. We need answer for Panda. Are they any closer to finding him? No. They have the National Guard there. A state of emergency. And still nada. I'm wondering, is this Decker as well? I think it's Decker when he was in the military. I do think it's when he was in the military. So, like I was saying, the roads have reopened. They have reopened in that area. They just did this just a little bit ago. Authorities are reopening roads in Chelan County, Washington, as the manhunt for triple unaliver suspect Travis Decker still continues. You couldn't get me. You couldn't. He wasn't in the Air Force. No, I know he wasn't in the Air Force. You couldn't get me to go there. Knowing that he's still out there.
The father of 3 young Wenatchee girls
Not a
found
chance.
murdered after they were reported missing 8 days ago.
Don't think so.
Decker is accused in their killing. Last night, Governor Bob Ferguson activated National Guard resources to help in the manhunt for Decker. He also commented on the ongoing search efforts, saying, quote, "At the request of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office, we will be providing helicopter transportation for law enforcement as they search in remote areas." He went on to say, "The brutal murder of these young children has shocked our state. I'm committed to supporting law enforcement as they seek justice."
Like, I wonder, what I'm wondering is, I mean, I'm sure they've had to have search dogs, right? And my thing is, if they have search dogs, right, track dogs, and he walked, why can't they find him? Why can't they find him? Like, you would think it would just kind of, they use cadaver dogs, they said. You would think they would use track dogs too, right? There was a guy pew-pewing at cars on the East Coast, and he was found after he committed following buzzer. Oh, yeah. That was the old, what's the couple? They're an older couple. They're really good. Justin, many are trained to go up the canopy of the trees. You're right, Courtney. He's not an average Joe. So he probably knows how to beat the tracking dogs. Yeah.
justice for Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia. The ongoing
Most
manhunt
likely.
through Washington state is now going international. Detectives say the 32-year-old recently searched for more information on how to relocate to Canada. Circling up above.
Helicopters going back and forth.
This is what campers at Icicle River RV Resort have been seeing in the air and on the ground.
There's been a police presence, and last night, late at night, there was a searchlight down on the water, so I know the police were searching here.
They're searching for 32-year-old Travis Decker after his daughters Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia failed to come home after a planned visitation with him. Their bodies were later found near his abandoned pickup truck. Investigators now believe he could be attempting to cross state lines or even international borders.
I personally don't think he'd be coming out in public.
Fox 13 obtained this criminal complaint against Decker, charging him with unlawful flight to avoid prosecution. In it, federal investigators say Decker used his Google account on May 26, just 4 days before his visitation with his daughters, to search for information about relocating to Canada and visited official Canadian job sites. The documents state the area where the crimes happened are near the Pacific Coast Trail and lead into Canada. And given Decker's former Army skills to survive the woods for days, even weeks, investigators say he could be actively attempting to not get caught. For Lisa Malone-Gooden, she hopes authorities find Decker soon.
This is horrendous, nothing like most people would ever hear about or experience.
Investigators say anyone who sees him is urged not to approach him and instead call 911. Right now, support is pouring in for the girls' mother. A GoFundMe is set up to help her with expenses and legal costs following the unimaginable loss of her 3 young daughters. So far, it's raised more than $1 million. You can find the link to our website at fox13seattle.com.
Yep, over $1 million. $1,150,000. So there's that as well. What else do we got here? Like I said, the National Guard has been oh, you got to see this, guys. I forgot. This is so sad. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry seeing it. It broke my heart earlier. Absolutely broke my heart. Anytime I see these girls. It's me, Jen. Thank you for all the prayers and love. It's been a rough month. We love you too, Jen, honey. We do. Thank you so much. You keep strong, darling. You keep strong, okay? Thank you so much, love. Appreciate you. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Right. Here is a little video of the baby girls.
This is my little sister Olivia, and we are in the horror. Let me show you around.
Tell them your name.
My name is Evie. This is Olivia, my baby sister. Look,
And that big pile of hair is Evie, or just that face?
that face. And look,
What face? The face that's tuggy or the face that is small?
the face that's big. Let us show you the toy room.
Yes, Marla.
Let's get out of this. Here's the toy room, the games, the kitchen, and also
No, always.
the closet. Let us show you around. Especially our favorite game, the cupcake mix.
What? It's that much?
That
Hold
is
on,
the
let me
end
check.
of our video. Ooh.
1 second. Let me check that. I'll check that. I'm going to play this again, and I'm going to check that.
Hey, Sister Olivia, and we are in the horror room. Let me show you around.
Tell them your name.
My name is Evie. This is Olivia, my baby sister. Look,
And that big pile of hair is Evie, or just that face?
that face. And look,
What face? The face that's tuggy or the face that is small?
the face that's big. Let us show you the toy room. Let's get out of this. Here is the toy room, the games, the kitchen, and also the closet. Let us show you all around. Especially our favorite game, the cupcake mix. That is the end of our video. Ooh.
Hello.
It's so sad. Oh my God. So sad. Justin, who was it that was unalived of the stream today other than the 3 daughters? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean, honey. I'm sorry. What do you mean by that? Who was it that was unalived? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Justin, I've seen there was a tip turned in that was important to Summer Wells. Allegedly. 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 I hate to be like so negative about it. You know what I mean? It's in my description. Hold on. I don't know what you mean. Oh, I was going to talk about okay. Okay, hold on one second. I know what you're talking about. We're going to get to that. Am I still here? Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm back. I'm back. Am I here? I hope I'm here. Let me show you guys the fundraiser that is up to $1,178,702. That's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. 25,500 donations. Says 1,700 people just donated. The goal now is 1,340,000. That's amazing. I don't know if this mom will ever be able to even work again. You know, she's going to need it. Yeah. And God bless the friend that put it out, made it for her, because that's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. It really is. Okay. YouTube is acting weird. Joe, that's not what Jen was doing to. What do you mean? What is something going on in chat? I don't know. Okay. Here we go. I want to show you guys this as well. PTSD is going to be a big conversation about this. This tragedy may have been prevented if Travis Decker had better access to mental health support as a veteran. Whitney, which is Travis's ex-wife's attorney, says, pointing to well-documented barriers to accessing inadequate resources for veterans struggling with issues including post-traumatic stress disorder. What's going on, guys? Yeah, be great. You're right. Joe, be good. Be good, Joe. Be good, Joe, please. Please and thank you. Okay. Here we go. Maybe. I want to play this right here. Okay. Got to keep it PG, Joe. Got to play good with others. Please and thank you.
We are live in Wenatchee again today, where the search for Travis Decker has now entered day 7. He's the man accused of murdering his 3 little girls in Leavenworth and then taking off. We, of course, are live with the latest updates coming up. We are live in Wenatchee again today, where the search for Travis Decker has now entered day 7.
Okay, that was not the one. Sorry about that. This was the one from KOMO. No, not KMO, King. 5 Seattle. Credit goes to them. Link will be provided in the description.
A lot of our guys are working with sleep deprivation.
Here you go, honey. That's for you guys. One.
Look at they have made just kind of a shrine for these missing 3. Not missing 3, sorry, deceased 3. Travis is the one running like a bitch.
2 and 3.
More tributes to Paityn, Olivia, and Evelyn Decker. These sunny days feel awfully dark. Just a few hundred feet away.
Good evening.
Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison said they learned through Travis Decker's father that he's a skilled survivor with military training and has previously spent months off the grid.
But our primary goal is to track him down. Of course, we want to make sure that he's safe, but ultimately he will be brought to justice.
The sheriff says Decker may have gotten as much as a 3-day head start on investigators.
A lot of our guys are working with sleep deprivation, but their thoughts are always on the girls and making sure that we're staying motivated and getting the results the family expects out of us.
There have been leads, but so far no sign of Decker. The most recent footage of him was captured on a...
Why am I pushing for 2 million? Because what people do with their own money is their own damn business. That's what I push for. Why does people get so uptight about, I know they're taken care of, but I don't understand why people get so uptight about others donating when her children were found over a fucking hill with trash bags over their head and zip strapped by their father. But how can you be jealous of, fuck, you couldn't give me enough money in the fucking world to change spots with her. Not enough money in the world. Why does anyone care who anyone donates to? I don't understand. It's like, do you know what happened to her? Do you not understand? She give a fuck less about that money right now. She's going to be probably childless for the rest of her life. And the only thing that's, and possibly just lose it. It's unbelievable. It's people are just fucking twisted.
A Ring camera before his scheduled visitation with his daughters. Back at the memorial, community struggles, reflects, cries.
Losing a child is tough, but losing three, no. No mother should have to go through that.
Some bring their children who learned of this tragedy in school.
She was telling me, what they did for the girls is do cards at school today and, just remember them. Yeah, that's why I brought her out here, just so she can put a face together to see what they were talking about today.
If only those girls could see the lives they touched. Regarding the potential head start that Decker may have on investigators, that's based on when he and the girls were last seen and when their bodies were found.
She didn't ask for the money. She didn't even ask for the money either. I hope she gets $10 million for all I care. God bless every single one of you, whether you donated $1 or $10,000 or more. God bless you. You're supposed to take care of those when they're down. That's what you're supposed to do. And if you have any ounce of humanity in you, you would worry about that and not so much how much she's getting. It's not about how much she's getting. It's that she's planning 3 funerals for her oldest daughter, which is 9 years old, and the youngest 5. One child is uncomprehendable. Planning 3 funerals for your children 9 years old. You're twisted. I'm so sorry, Blue Eyes. Donating is a way to show sympathy and compassion. Why would anyone want to take that away? I would agree. Joe is a good person. You are a good person, Joe. You say some offhanded shit sometimes, but we're kind of used to it. But it's your opinion.
As the search for Travis Decker intensifies, investigators believe Travis Decker may be traveling along or near the Pacific Crest Trail that's just west of the enchantments, which authorities have shut down. Bridget Chavez explains how this impacts the search.
We're near the entrance to the enchantments, which is just a few miles up this road. This is where authorities believe Travis Decker could be hiding. They haven't said specifically if he's been seen in this area, but this is part of where crews are narrowing in their search.
It's one of the most serene and peaceful places in all of Washington.
Yesterday evening, I drove up to see the sunset, and we drove all the way up, no road closures.
The enchantments are now intertwined with a dangerous manhunt.
Then I drove up this evening, and the road was obviously blocked off.
Authorities are searching for 32-year-old Travis Decker. He's accused of killing his 3 young daughters, Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia, found dead near Leavenworth Monday.
Whitney is living every parent's worst nightmare.
God bless
the hole in
Murray.
her heart is immeasurable.
Decker hasn't been seen in days as the sun now sets on the 4th day of this search. Fear is growing.
It's so...
God bless her for creating a foundation. And I can already tell you that Whitney is going to put that grief into power, right? Sometimes the only thing we have left in life, in all of our lives, it varies on degree, but we can only turn that pain into power, or we can turn the pain and let it consume us, right? Just absolutely let it consume us. And I know Whitney's going to turn that pain and that grief into purpose, into power, into helping others. I can tell you she's going to do that. And God bless her for thinking about that foundation.
Especially just knowing that this guy, the suspected killer, lived in the same area that I grew up in.
Legal experts say this shouldn't have happened.
There were a number of red flags.
Decker, a veteran, had documented mental health issues, and yet Professor Deirdre Bowen says the system left the children vulnerable. She points to court records that show the girl's mother raised concerns during a parenting plan modification last fall.
Clearly, these 3 children should not be sleeping on a mattress in an armory of what appeared to be a men's homeless shelter.
A dark cloud now hangs over these mountains, but locals say the light here will shine again.
Hopefully, they obviously find the person that did all of this. I hope it doesn't affect what everyone's perceives this as, because it is a very beautiful place.
Authorities say if you see Decker, do not approach him. Call 911. There is now a $20,000 reward for any information that leads to his arrest. In Leavenworth, Bridget Chavez, King 5 News.
The search for Travis Decker is widening, and some residents.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, Brenda. I missed this. I apologize. Thank you so much. A member for 9 months, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support, my love. Really do appreciate you, Brenda. Can't do it without you. Thank you so much, honey. Really do appreciate you. And Ginger, thank you, baby. Really do appreciate you, Miss Ginger. Truly. I look at the GoFundMe as a way for people to help who feel helpless. That mother would give every cent of that money back to have her 3 children. She didn't ask for this. She didn't ask for this to happen to her children. She didn't ask even for the money. Someone else's money is none of our business. Absolutely. And I am just, the thing about it is in these times, we see the best of humanity and we see the worst of humanity, right? And the best of humanity is the people that pull together up by their bootstraps and do whatever needs done, whether they're across the globe and can donate $1. They helped, right? Or whether, they brought them food to their house, because the last thing she wants to do is think about cooking, or a note, a prayer, whatever. And then there are those that, saying, doesn't she have enough? Screw them. In every fashion. Thank you so much, Ginger. I appreciate you, dear. Very much. Casey, thank you so much. I really do appreciate 11 months of continued support, Miss Casey. Can't do it without you, and I really do appreciate you. Have you seen the map where people can pin their location and leave a message for Whitney? I have not. As well as shirts, decals, and bracelets are being sold for them. That's amazing. Also, I did speak about this the other day. The community, her little community, if you go to certain restaurants or whatever, they're donating a portion of their sales to Whitney as well. So God bless them. God bless. God bless all of you, every single one of you. You never know when it might be you who needs the help. Absolutely. Every single one of us, unless you're born into an obscene amount of wealth has, needed help at some point in our life. Or we may need help again. We never know.
Residents who live along Icicle Road in Leavenworth are right in the middle of it. Alex McClune speaks with the son of 2 residents who has concerns about safety.
We're heading to my parents' house. They're up Bicycle Creek. This all here is my parents' property.
Dean Summers knows this part of Chelan County like the back of his hands.
There's all kinds of hidden caves throughout the side of this hill here. There's probably hundreds throughout the whole hillside here. So.
Heavily wooded and populated by more armed search teams by the day.
I don't feel like my parents are safe. I don't think the neighbors are really safe.
Mountain town living.
People searching. There's so many ways we can help. There's so many ways we can be of service, right? Every day. These people searching for Travis, trying to keep people safe from Travis, not knowing where he is, right? So there's that. Oh my God. Oh my God. Me and you to the office, please. You're being paged. Me and you to the office, please. You're being paged. We need a late slip for me and you. Justin, I was just reminded of Peter Keller. He made a bunker in the... Yes. That's it. That's the guy's name. That's the name. That's the name. Yep. I couldn't remember his name. This is exactly the one I was talking about the other day, Rainbow. When he built that, he recorded everything too. And he planned this months in advance. Months in advance. Yes, thank you, Joe, for your service. Absolutely. Absolutely. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy. He was a lunatic, to say the very, very least. Justin, we need a late slip emote. I'll make that. I'll make that. Hello, Blue Eyes. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're okay. Hey, Marla. Justin, you scare the crap out of me when you do that. I always think you're getting breaking news. Oh, God. Oh, God, have mercy on us. So, here we go. Watch this.
Their wrists had been zip tied. Their father's truck, which was found nearby, had 2 bloody handprints on it. And last night on this show, the sheriff leading the manhunt confirmed that those were adult handprints. Today, police put out a photo of Travis Decker from when he was active duty in the military. Reports indicate he was a U.S. Army Ranger, a paratrooper who served in Afghanistan and is highly trained in wilderness evasion and survival. The Army picture shows how different he might look now if he maybe were shaved. Certainly shows the tattoo.
I wonder that myself, Sunflower. Why did he leave the dog? Right? Why did he leave the dog? Now, there was, trigger warning, blood on the back of the tailgate, according to the affidavit. But, and people's like, why was there blood? And again, trigger warning, there can be blood with asphyxiation. Oh, your birthday's tomorrow, always late. Of course I'll sing to you. Right? Of course, my dear. But I also wondered, did he try to hurt the dog and did the dog bite him? I wondered that as well. Right? Did they check the bloody fingerprints against his friends? Oh, of course, I'm sure, absolutely. Yeah, they ran up. They really looked into all of this, I'm sure. Absolutely.
Clues that you can look for if you're out looking to spot him.
Pop
Deckard
this
is said to be
me right here. Right here.
Whitney Decker's attorney says, and I quote, "We may never know if it could have meant the difference between life and death for those girls, but it could have made a huge difference." Whitney believes, as I do, that something broke inside of him. Everything that he had been living with, everything that had been bottled up inside of him for so long, as far as trauma, just won out.
I mean, I clearly think you couldn't be in your right mind and do something like that unless you are just plain evil. And in other videos, he looked like a really good dad. Right? So I do think he loved his kids. But I also, if he, that's true. That's true, Sherry. Why is he hiding? Don't know.
End quote. I want to bring in Bobby Chacon. He is a retired FBI special agent with extensive background in high-risk search and arrests. He was part of the manhunt for the Olympic Park bomber, Eric Rudolph, in the mountains of North Carolina. Boy, that went on forever as well. We thought we'd never find him, and he had some survival skills too, Bobby. First, let me ask you, what are the odds this guy's alive, especially given the heinous and atrocious act that happened to his daughters?
I think I think sometimes anger, bitterness over time sets in, and they don't care any longer.
Oh, I think the odds are pretty good that he's alive for the time being. I don't know how long that will last. He's probably, I'm certainly not an expert in his mental health condition.
Yes, Rainbow.
But he's
very true. Very true. A snap in the brain is more of a temporary thing, not months of planning. Whitney did say that he is impulsive, though. Yep.
probably still on some kind of a rush of what happened. If he does come in a moment of clarity, he might take his own life, or he might decide to try to do it as a suicide by cop or something like that. But my thoughts are he's probably still out there. It all depends on how much planning he put into this. And I'm sure that the investigation is focused on part of that, is focused on part of it is how much planning he put into this.
Well, I think of having enough baggies for 3 little girls' heads and zip ties and something obviously to secure the baggies around their heads. And that sounds like planning to me. We don't just all drive around with that kind of material in our truck, especially if we're homeless.
Sunflower, that's unacceptable, isn't it? You had to pay for that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I think that part of it is, did he have time to go out and stash food resources like Rudolph did in our search? His father had said he had been in those mountains at times off the grid for months at a time. So did he plan on being there this time and putting food away and things like that? So that's going to be part of it. I think the biggest advantage he had right now is a head start. He was due to have those children
3
back to the
days
mother
ahead.
at 8 o'clock on Friday night, and by 9 she notified the authorities, but they didn't put out an alert until the next day. For some reason, he did not meet the criteria for an Amber Alert, according to the state police. The local police did want to put out that Amber Alert, I think, and the state police who control those boards on the highways said he didn't meet the criteria, and so they were a little delayed in putting out that Amber Alert. And we now know that his license plate was seen on a highway plate reader leaving town at some point.
3 days ahead. It was a failure, Babs. It was. They absolutely failed.
on Saturday, I believe. So we don't know what happened between, Friday when he was supposed to bring those girls home and really Monday when those girls' bodies were found midday.
Bobby, do you think being homeless is an advantage here or a disadvantage? Because on one hand, he's homeless. He doesn't have a whole lot of money to get the supplies that you're talking about to stash in the woods and be prepared for 3 months off the grid. But being homeless certainly does let us know that he knows how to live rough.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think it is an advantage, I think, in this particular case, because people are if he's very used to living in an uncomfortable environment, for us, it would be uncomfortable, but for him, it's not. And they're also used to scavenging for food and in ways of getting a hold of things to eat. Homeless people are, adept at that. That's how they stay alive oftentimes. And so I think in this particular case, at least in the short term, it's an advantage for him.
What do you think police are doing right now?
I think they're doing a couple of things, many things at one time. I think they're interviewing family, friends, people that he may have sought assistance from. They're doing the obvious, which is like land searches. Sometimes the only thing you can do is get feet on the ground, boots on the ground in those mountains, which are rugged. Some places you can't even use drones because the forest canopy is so thick that the drones can't even look through the forest canopy. So if you pick those kind of areas that Rudolph did way back when, you can't even use the technology that sometimes you can deploy. So really boots on the ground, doing grid searches, starting from, where he was, where the kids' bodies were found. Conceivably, he didn't have a vehicle after that. They found his vehicle. So he's on foot from that point. So you calculate how many miles a day he might be able to travel, and then you draw a map and you draw concentric circles, and you put teams, if you can, you try to put as many resources, and this is a very labor-intensive effort. So while some teams are looking at his background, his family connections, his friends connections, other people are just on the ground searching those woods.
Well, Bobby, let's hope at some point they catch this guy, because I think that mom and the rest of us deserve justice. Thanks so much for being on. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will.
I was trying to find that interview that Whitney Decker's father speaks on. Gary, okay, Kiro, maybe that's what it is. Let me see if I can find that. Kiro 7.com. Guys, if you're just joining us, please hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate it. Consider becoming a member of the Pearl family. Always try. Oh, here it is. This is what it was. Always trying to grow our Pearl family as well. Look at this, y'all. They don't know Mary. Okay. Travis Decker search shifts focus as officials lift red blocks in Chelan County, but they're focusing on the shoes and the tattoos and the back, or the tattoos and the I think that was it. He's got a Little Caesars pizza there. Law enforcement officials in Chelan County are oh, let me turn the music off. Hold on. I just remembered that. I don't need the music on now. There we go. They may also put on his accounts to alert the police. Well, he supposedly left his wallet there. Law enforcement officials in Chelan County are continuing to search for the triple unaliver suspect Travis Decker, with officials with hundreds of officials involved in extensive searches of nearby forest, waterways, and buildings, according to the authorities. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office said investigators have searched dozens of structures with large swaths of forest in the area where Decker was last known to be. Teams have also searched the river and used information from search warrants, public tips, and surveillance videos to guide their efforts. I wonder if they if there's been any eyewitnesses of Travis. You know what I mean? Like, have they has anyone outright said, yeah, he's over here. He's over here. You know what I mean? So that's what I would like to know. Okay. Look at this. The National Guard is there. It's cray. I mean,
and killing his 3 young daughters after picking
they
them
are
up from
going
their
all
mother's home
out.
in one.
This is rugged. Like, this is rugged. Casey, can you send me that with that map would share their location kind of thingy? If you could email it, that would be great. I'm going to EMT paramedic school, so I'll be a real hero soon. You are a hero, Joe. You are a veteran. And we thank you for that. He may have had a second set of IDs done to mislead the police. He's going to... I just wonder if it was like... Is he in there in the woods? Or is he, south of the border right now? Like, if he had this planned, which, I mean, if he goes, he would have to do it illegally if he went into any country, because if he's got a passport, it's going to flag it and they're going to know. Are they even searching to the south? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of.
Wenatchee.
We're hoping to exhaust this area for any sign of him. We're not going to leave any stone unturned.
We've been showing these photos all week of Decker's different looks. Authorities are focusing on the Cascade Mountains with the encampment shut down until further notice. Tonight, the Chelan County Sheriff's Office released new images of Decker, a close-up of his tattoos on his ankle and arm, and another side profile pic of his ponytail. Tonight, we learned the Chelan County Sheriff removed roadblocks on Icicle Road near the Icicle River trailhead, saying there's no threat to the area. That road goes...
So they have had to have searched that mother chicken really good, in my opinion. And they have to be pretty confident that he's not there. But where do they go from here? Right? Like, where do they go from here? I mean, it's probably more investigative after this. Or just wait for something to pop up. I think if he thinks he's going to get away with this dude is not dumb. He's definitely not dumb. 100% he attempted to throw off law enforcement with this guy isn't super. Yep.
Up to the campground where the girls were found. We do not know when these pictures were taken. The National Guard will still join search crews after emergency funding from the governor. KIRO 7's Brooke Griffin is in Chelan County covering the manhunt.
Well, I've been here at the Search Command Center all day watching more.
Guys, I'll just tell you, if I ever go on the run, it's going to be to Costa Rica. Okay? So, just an FYI, Costa Rica. That's where I'll be. You're welcome.
And more crews get taken deep into the mountains. One of the SWAT team leaders here telling me they're heavily resourced and have the best of the best out here, but the steep terrain is not easy to search through. Icicle Road is typically covered with hikers and campers. But today, only law enforcement allowed into the canyon.
Well, it is really
Well, the reason I'm going to Costa Rica because the weather and their spider monkeys
disappointing.
in the wild.
I was really excited for this.
Anyone inside asked to leave immediately.
No
There were
PG, they
quite a
don't
few
have
when we
it.
started. I don't have an exact count for you on that, but
Yes.
it's blank in there right now.
Federal, state, and local resources flooding the enchantments, actively searching for Travis Decker.
We're hoping to exhaust this area for any sign of him. We're not going to leave any stone unturned.
Hampton tells us this search takes a special expertise.
It's very steep, it's very thick, and it's big country. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of ways in and out.
You guys want to grab a paddle?
David Johnson runs a rafting company right beside that search command center, saying even the tourists know about this manhunt.
Everyone seems to be bringing it up now. You know, the first couple of days it was kind of shocking and people weren't talking about it, but now it's all over social media and customers are asking about it.
But for those who live inside,
he's going to probably get more comfortable, or eventually he's going to run out of resources. You could only be in the wilderness for so long, right? You got to come out to get more resources at some point. But how long is that going to be? Right? Who knows?
that search bubble, police begging you not to approach Decker if you see him.
No, he's dangerous. He is a dangerous person.
And as you can see, the search still very, very active even tonight. As the search continues, we of course will be here to bring you those updates.
Totally
in
different
Leavenworth,
looking.
Brooke Griffin, Cairo 7 News.
Now, anyone with a tip
Totally
that can help authorities find Travis Decker is right away. Over the loss of those children, today the Chelan County Sheriff's Office announced they'll hold a series of town hall meetings next week to bring the community together. And they say the town halls will include a
That's
special
really good. I'm
emphasis
glad.
on how to talk with children about death.
I cannot imagine the parents having to speak with their kids that their friend is not coming to school anymore. And the first question is going to be why. Remember, the oldest is 9. These are kindergarten, first or second, maybe third grade. Unbelievable. Very difficult. If he is a narcissist, he will likely not end his life. I don't see it. I don't see him doing that to himself unless it's on his own terms, maybe. I don't know. We'll just have to see. Right. I just say that they went to heaven and are living in paradise. But they're going to answer, they're going to ask more questions than that. Why? Right. Why? I want to see my friend. That's a really hard conversation to have. Brady's going to be in the woods and stay and play the old Army game. That's right. Mohawk. No death penalty in Washington. Nope. Because that's when I first started covering this, I was like, they need to fry him. And then someone's like, there's no death penalty in Washington. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. There's no death penalty in Washington. he has to know he effed up. Well, that's why he's running, right? In my opinion, that's why he's running. They will hear the truth. So you'll have to tell your kids in a certain context. Yeah, that they're going to hear the truth. They're going to hear the truth. And so you just have to be honest. You just have to be honest with them and tell them that sometimes, people are sick in the. That's really all you can say. They're sick in the head and they did something. I just think of the fear that the three had to be in. You know what I mean? Like the confusing of your father doing this. Because, the saying goes, daddy's girls and mommy's boys. Little girls they look up to their father so much. You know what I mean? They really look up to their father so much. And it's a very important relationship. And, they get to see their dad, every other weekend. And I'm sure it's like, they don't get to see each other that often. So it's got to be like a more fun atmosphere, you would think. And that just look at this picture. Look at this. This doesn't break your heart. Nothing will. They're just absolutely perfect. I don't know if they were like in hope. Are they? Does anyone know like what? Like, does he got Filipino in it or in him or Hawaiian? What's my email? It's right here. I'll send it right here. I'll drop it for you. Can't tell. Yeah. Oh, really? True Crime Junkie? Native American? Oh. Sometimes he really changes his look with the facial hair, and sometimes it looks like he's like almost like a white guy, and then sometimes he looks a lot more. I mean, all of these pictures couldn't have been that long ago. That's the thing. Like, they couldn't have been. I don't know. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. I don't get this attorney, and I don't have to get it because it's not for me to get. It's not for any of us to get. I just couldn't. They're just so much more graceful than I.
To have.
There's systematic changes that need to be made in Washington State regarding the Amber Alert. The parameters of the laws and of the system didn't allow law enforcement to issue the Amber Alert because there was no obvious danger or something along those lines. And Whitney has some great ideas already about how to prevent that in the future when you have a parent who has the mental health struggles that are documented with the court, whose time and visitation is limited already by the court, and then they don't show up. And in this case, Travis Decker turned off his phone, which was something that he had never done before. And the police could not locate him.
No, Travis, I was going to say, he doesn't come from like foster care or anything like that, I don't think. He won a state championship to wrestling.
Immediately because of that, then the Amber Alert should have been able to be issued immediately. And if that had occurred, it is a possibility, although we do not know yet, that those little girls would still be alive. As far as the mental health resources for veterans, Whitney had the strength to help Travis, or try to help Travis through his mental health issues as a combat veteran. And she saw firsthand the struggles that are involved for veterans trying to get help. Even when they seek it, it's impossible to get it here in Wenatchee and here in Washington, really across our nation. We are doing such a disservice to our veterans as far as providing them with resources, especially with mental health. And so that's a big passion of hers. It was prior to this tragedy.
So again, I need to educate myself better because I don't know, like, what makes it so inaccessible to, especially like mental health in the VA. You know what I mean? Because they're like he's asking for resources and he's not getting them. Well, he was also, I'm just saying this, he was also required to do anger management, and he didn't do that either. So I'm just saying, didn't Travis leave his phone in the truck? Yes. Yeah. I agree, Lakeside. I mean, a lot of people are mad at the VA, but I think there was a lot of failures, a lot of systematic failures. I don't think he followed through with much of anything. Oh, did y'all see this picture? Hold on. I forgot to show y'all this. Did y'all see this picture? I had not seen these pictures. Look at this picture. This was when he was much younger. Yep. I agree, Rainbow. Exactly. Biggest failure was Decker. Yeah, take care of yourself, Lisa. I'm sorry, soldier. It's inexcusable. The richest country on the face of the planet. And you come back and you can't even get the right health care. It's really sad. Really is. Hey, Stormy. We ship them off the war, and then when they come back, there's no help for them, but I still think he's much. I agree. Justin, do you think the interview with the lawyer could be for Travis's ears, taking him into himself, and because he has failed and they are putting blame on him, allegedly? I mean, it's a possibility. It's a possibility. Do we know if he got honorable discharge? I think no, he did not get honor. He quit showing up for his reserve. I think that's what it was, the reserves. He just quit showing up. He doesn't stick to stuff. And again, that can be also mental health. It's very complex. The number of healthcare providers severely decreased that as well. Look at how they are returning from Vietnam. Were treated when they came. Oh my God, that was the worst. That was the worst time. That was the worst. You think it's bad now. Damn you. Back then. Promised him the world. Gave him shit. Nothing. It's never been, I don't think it'll ever, I think there's always going to be problems at some, we're always in progress. But it has gotten better over the years. Sometimes it gets worse, sometimes it gets better. It depends on, a lot of time, government. It took a month to find Brian Laundrie's body. Oh, is that what you were in, Joe? You was in Vietnam? My ex is retired military, and minute something was off, he was put into a mental health facility for a couple weeks with a 30 outpatient program. Or, of course, that was in a different state. Yeah. That's crazy. Hey, Uber. Good to see you. Who knows? Probably Ginger. Let me see if I got anything else here. Yeah, he went on after he picked the girls up and was supposed to bring them back, he turned off his phone. So there's that. But I wonder how long he was staying at that place. Police released new images of Travis Decker, dad accused of. Okay. I thought the reward would be more than that, to be honest with you. Where everyone thinks medical care could help, the zip ties and the bags tell me otherwise. Well, I mean, it's unexcusable, but sometimes when people's mental health is out there, they become violent. But if he planned it, and he's clearly, well, I can't say he's clearly running, because he could be laying around there somewhere and just not know. He couldn't get the help he needed. He unalived himself. He had flashbacks. It's terrible. Sorry, Blue Eyes. That's different. It's too violent. If psychotics, that's different. But what you mean? I don't get the zip ties and bags proving intent. Well, that and just absolutely walking off too. One second. This interview is live. We'll watch. Oh, hold on. What's this? Okay. All right, guys. I'm gonna probably end this one. I'll probably be live in just a few more minutes. Getting a little bit of information on another case that I probably talk about here in just a little bit that I've been covering. Thank you so much, Miss Grace. So if you guys are around in about 30 minutes or less or something around there, I'll be back. So just check the live. No, you won't, Ginger. You can't go to sleep. Justin, please come back. Thank you, Casey. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Good to see you. Thank you, Rainbow. Thank you, Sarah. Mohawk, me and you, Soldier, Sherry, Lily Dreamcatcher, everyone. Thank you all. All right, I'll be back. Restock your snacks. That's right. Your snacks. You know, because you need snacks. Love you too, Blue Eyes. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.